Hi folks, and thanks for tuning in to another Watson Brothers video. This month we're discussing the stats for May of 2019, just finished up. Before I let Ian discuss that in more detail, look on your single family stats. 240 sales last May, 240 sales this May. It's been a long time since we've seen numbers get matched or exceeded. Maybe June will do that. How's the specifics?
Before I talk to you about specifics, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the generalities of what we have in front of us. So Barrett and I look at and report to you each month the numbers that come out of the single family reports, the townhouse, and the apartment reports. Those are the three big categories that we follow. And while that gives us a really good overview of the market, which I'll talk about in a second, it doesn't really drill down and give you the specifics. And we'll talk about that in a second. But overall, as Barrett just mentioned, we had a very balanced market in the residential marketplace. For example, the difference between the amount of single family homes that are on the market today or had been listed by today versus a year ago was within 1% of last year. Apartments within 1%. Townhouses, they're actually 18% more on the market, which is a very interesting stat because the sales information for townhouses, you would think if there's more townhouses, prices should be going down. In fact, they're actually going up because there's such a demand for townhomes right now. Single family is still off, as is the apartment market. But more specifically, overall, the single family residential home price average is down about 3%. The townhouse market is actually up at 1%, and the apartment price is actually up 3%. So we've got some really different variables happening within the marketplace, although they are relatively close to that zero bar, meaning things are flat, but we're not in a drastically declining market, which some people would have you believe.
Like the media.
Like the media.
So, people say apartments, and Ian just referenced, apartments are off on the stats, but there's two sides to every story. And as we look behind us here, I can count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major complexes going in. 1151, the title of the property down on Sunset, which is just sold. Boy, there's a lot of units in there. They did not show up on the stats at all. So when people look at the stats in Ian's hands, and they go, but look, the apartment sales are off. When you add in all of the big buildings that some of these are out of Kelowna companies that are putting these up, setting up a big sales team in-house, which is traditionally the way they're done, boom, they're sold out. Those don't show up in these stats. So you've got to look at the big picture, and that's where we like to put our experience to work, because investors are saying, geez, are things going to really continue to drop? Should I be holding off to wait for an apartment? Well, you know what? Although it says that apartment sales are down, in reality, you add in all of those, apartment sales will be up right now. So you've got to take it all and look at the big picture.
The other thing I wanted to talk to you about, and this is where Barrett and I can add value to any buying or selling equation that we're involved with, is if we stand here and we're going to look out at, say, Black Mountain, we can tell you that although some stats within here say that market can be tight, that category can be tight, we know there's inventory sitting in Black Mountain, so prices are dropping, and you can be much more aggressive if you're a buyer. Same with the Upper Mission. There's inventory sitting there, and the same with some of the outlying areas. But if you were to look over our shoulders here into Kelowna North, into Glenmore, to the hospital area, that inventory is super tight. Drive around those neighborhoods and look for a single family home that's not sold in a matter of weeks. If it's priced well, it is gone. So within these stats here, there are certain categories where there are opportunities. Whether you're buying or selling, we can help you with our experience make the right decision.
We'll see you next month. Tune in for the June stats. We're looking forward to bringing them to you. 250-712-2222 will always get hold of a Watson Brothers. See you next month.